Oh my God. The foam tried to kill me. All right. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, male, female, also for your cross watchers, also for the empaths, also for the people who don't feel resonance to any of those labels, but you're still here and you're resonating. Okay. This message is really for whoever this message needs to be for. A lot of things are becoming apparent. A lot. 88% at 823. A lot of things were becoming apparent with the way someone else feels, with the way you feel. Let me mute my shit. Okay, I already did. A lot of things that were hidden are rising to the surface. Okay. With that, it's important for you to stay level, Pisces. It's really, really important for you to stay very, very level and not allow yourself to be. I'm sorry, I'm having all these problems right now. Not allow yourself to be swayed either to an extreme positive or an extreme negative. um, yeah, there could be a lot of things that happen, like a whole different bunch of potentialities that cause you to romanticize whatever it is that you experience. Someone did something to you, someone betrayed you, someone became abusive, someone, whatever it was they did. And you were righteous in your response, your reaction, your continued feeling. Even though you're righteous in that, when you experience things that cause you to realize, okay, maybe now they feel bad. As Pisces and empaths, we have a tendency to be like, okay, let's go back to the no. Because honestly, by the time you got to that type of reaction, it really was because you've taken on too much already. Accept the nice feelings of that, but don't necessarily just jump right back into whatever it is. Okay. don't don't play yourself again. Don't play yourself again. So there's a lot of things that will happen over the course of the next few weeks. We are so close to the actual start of that Mercury, I'm on to punch you in your ball sag retrograde. Don't let yourself get played by that, please. If you're not familiar with the way Mercury works, that retrograde brings back all the exes and all the former friends and all the former associates, and all of a sudden everybody want to be friends again. Everybody wants to this and that. Yeah, I think this is a cycle of retrograde that maybe Pisces and empaths should just stay out of. I think so. No, it's still not here. I believe it's on the 30th or something like that. Still not here. And it's going to continue 2 weeks after it goes direct. We'll still be in the shadow something something. What you've just been experiencing is the shadow. Oh Lord. Oh, take me now, Jesus. Why you keep sending me back here? Just take me now. Speaking of taking, remember I told you guys that my Apple Pencil went missing. And I need that for work because I'm working on a very important project. It went missing. I really legit could not find it. So stressed out. So my husband drove, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours or some shit like that to get to civilization to buy me one. Right. And then yesterday, I'm getting our cards ready for this reading. Yesterday, all of this information came through from Micaela over here. Mika was kind of sharing with me that maybe Pedro hid my Apple Pencil because I'd been too willing to allow work to distract me, and that I needed to pay attention to some of the Blu-ray stuff going on. This fucker. Hold on. I reached in my bag last night. I didn't dig through it. I just reached in my bag. And I found a pencil. And I was like, nah, it can't be the one that was missing. Motherfucker. I now got 2 fucking pencils. Confirmation. I was allowing work to distract me as a Piscean with Capricorn in my moon. I get so caught up in work stuff simply because I really don't want to process the energetic spiritual stuff. Okay. So when that happens, Pisceans, y'all are just magical AF. Your soul will bring to you the very circumstance to halt you right in your tracks, to halt you. Okay. Just halt you. Where is the deck? Yeah, this one. So I now have 2 pencils. I mean, I don't know if Pedro realizes this. That wasn't like a 50-cent pencil. I'm just saying. Do you fucking know how many people could have ate for that pencil? No, it don't bother you none, because people keep leaving you out gifts. Or you just take whatever food you want to eat. If y'all see some of your food that you left out last night has some weird dents in it, he's been nibbling off your food. That's what they do. They nibble off your food. He doesn't ask for permission. I don't leave any food sitting out. None. And if it looks weird, any little marks, I'm not eating it because he steps in the food as well. No joke. Told him he's nasty for doing that, and he just thought it was cute and funny. And then I told Pedro, my fairy, I don't find him cute or funny. I'm probably the only human being that doesn't find him amusing. He's no Tinkerbell. All right, Pisces, be fearless. Allow your light to shine. Allow your light to shine. You are in a period, most likely, Pisceans and empaths. You're probably in some version of a dark night of the soul right now. This dark night period, it's painful, isn't it? It's heavy, it's dense, it's dark. It feels lonely even in a crowded room. It's through those really intense feelings and experiences that you'll begin to get a sense of just how magical you are. The magic doesn't come, the recognition of your magic doesn't come from someone else. It doesn't come because people are watching. It slowly creeps up on you as you're so distracted by all these inconsequential things about human existence. Really, the things that we as human beings worry about and worry about and worry about, it's really inconsequential in regards to soul and your development as a consciousness and all of that. But just because it's inconsequential, like unimportant to the soul, does not mean it doesn't feel super duper all encompassing important, just difficult. As a human being, this is where we're at. This is where you are at. This is like the moment where you recognize your life is changing. The connections are changing. Now, when we go through this type of cycle, all of your connections will change. It's a general statement. They will all change, and they'll all change because you are changing. The way you perceive things is being changed. So things changing does not mean everything is going to be lost. It does not mean that you're going to further feel alone for much longer or any of that. It means that for a lot of people, but it also doesn't. Okay. All of the non supportive connections that you have right now, they will probably dissolve. And it doesn't matter what the title is. It doesn't matter if it's just your neighbor, it's just one of your acquaintances, it's just a coworker, or the love of your life partner, your parents, your best friend, your closest sibling. It really doesn't matter what the title you've affixed on them is. When they can no longer follow you to the places your consciousness is taking you, their path has a tendency to diverge. Your paths separate. For some, for some, um, there will be a deep silence, but there's no separation. Like everyone kind of just is doing their own thing and lost in their own thoughts, their own process, but there's no actual separation. Okay. Whatever you're afraid to lose is probably what you become codependent with. That's what I was just told. Whatever you're afraid to lose is probably what's enabled your codependency struggles. Codependency, when you're codependent, it makes it much easier for you to be breached by parasitic things. It just is. It makes it easier because whoever you have this type of distorted um, connection with, it's like a trauma bond. Um, if whatever's trying to breach you cannot breach you, it will breach them because it's a direct entry point. There's no separation, no boundaries, just full entry. And I mean, this is not necessarily to say that you have to be completely alone and don't allow anyone in. This is to say that if you feel like you're going to die, if they're no longer in your life. I mean, I got a very, very small amount of like friends, like just single digits. And I totally am like, I'd probably be sad and miss them. But if at any point, their path takes them away from me, it's one of those things. I would rather they continue to grow without me than have me be the very thing that keeps them chained to some trauma that they sought me out for to begin with. You know what I mean? Because um, for a very long period in my life, meaning all of my life, that's how people bond with me through trauma. I just recognize that about myself. I keep much of my trauma to myself, but once I resonate with the trauma you're experiencing, I have a tendency to really, really bond. Well, I used to have a tendency to really, really bond with you. And it's just one of those things where that's who I am. And this is how I've met much of the people in my life. And now I recognize for some people, my continued presence keeps you shackled to that trauma that brought you to me to begin with. Like I'm a forever reminder for quite a few people of what they lived through. Sometimes that reminder continues to serve as empowerment, like, oh my God, I got empowered by this. Like, amazing. Your presence keeps me wanting to feel even more empowered and grow. And for some people, it's like, oh, Emmie, I owe you everything because you saved me from myself. And like, I wouldn't be able to do anything without you. Like I have to be present all the time. And that's a trauma bond. You're not wanting to move forward. You're kind of just staying where you're at, but you feel safer because I'm there and I can kick whatever's ass. That's a trauma bond. So what you need to do now is be fearless in your shine and allow yourself, your soul to take you to wherever places within yourself you need to go. It's important that you allow yourself to have the freedom to fully explore the entirety of your auric field, the entirety of your memories, of your history of this life, previous lives, all of that. Um, Card number 27, self-worth. Be fearless in the rediscovery and reclamation of your self-worth. This is not something that you should be waiting for someone else to help you determine this. Okay, many of us will wait, but it's not something you're supposed to wait for. It's something that you're supposed to be in the process of discovering and rediscovering and rediscovering and rediscovering for the entirety of your life. Your sense of self worth shifts right along with your growth. Case in point, I have an aversion to money. I do. I have an aversion to money. Um, I did all of this work that I do for my company right now. I used to do it for free for my whole life. For free for my whole life. Even as an adult, I really only started my company officially like 4 years ago, 3, 4 years ago, something like that. And even then, I wouldn't allow anyone to pay me. Why is that? Why is that? Well, I hate money. And then as I grew, realized, oh, okay, well, it helps people if I have what I need to help them. Okay, I guess I can let myself receive some. And then it became this thing of, well, I'm already helping other people. Why is it that my kids have to continue to live in a broken down RV that leaks from bumper to bumper with a broken toilet, no hot water, no AC, no none of that? So, okay, I'll let myself receive a little bit more. I'll hold on to a little bit more. And now, as I've grown even more and become comfortable just in being myself on my path, hey, you know what? I work. I work really hard for everything that I earn, and it's my right to do with that whatever I want to do. Whether I want to spend it on a complete stranger, I want to spend it on family, I want to spend it on myself, whether I want to waste it on two fucking Apple pencils. That's really irrelevant because I'm a human being earning a living wage, and part of my living is using the wage that I've earned in whatever way I feel is appropriate for me. So as you grow, as you become more accepting of yourself, your journey, the details of your journey, your sense of self worth is going to shift and change. At no point in that process did I ever personally feel like I was not worthy of you. I was not worthy. I'm not good enough. You know, no, I didn't feel any of that. I felt like I was hard to understand. I still feel like I'm hard to understand, but it's not anyone else's job to understand me. Understanding me, understanding myself is what I'm here in this life to do, to go through the processes that will help me to further cultivate a sense of who I am. And so be fearless in your sense of self worth. Allow yourself to fluctuate, and in that fluctuation, experiencing more and more moments of flexible strength. Because the fluctuations are only scary if you think it'll break you. It's hard to be broken when you're flexible. It really, really is. It really, really is. One of the things that irritates my husband about me, it could be the worstest shit ever that's going on, like really life altering, negative type of circumstance. I'm like, it's not that bad. Stuck in a parking lot. Like for him, it was bad. For him, it was like, holy shit, because he still adheres to this matrix. For him, it's like, what kind of man am I? I'm like, I can't get my family out of this situation. Like I feel like less of a man. I'm like, it's really not that bad. I don't know what you're all like pennies in a bunch for. It's not that bad. This is not permanent. I kept telling him it's not permanent. It's not that bad. He's like, you're crazy. It is bad. It's not. Everything. Hey, Emmy, this, and this happened. Your life's forever going to change in a negative way. That's not that bad. Because nothing's ever permanent, you guys. Not even the good times. Nothing's ever permanent. Celestial teacher, allow yourself to learn all of these things that your life is about to teach you. It's about to tap into radical self acceptance. You are perceived the way you perceive yourself. Very, very true. Very, very, very true. For as long as I felt like I was being greedy and selfish and just superficial and part of the problem of why the world hurts the way it does, other people saw me like that for earning. for earning a living wage. Other people saw me like that too. And they would attack me for it. I mean, it's all about money. Well, motherfucker, I need money to exist. You buying my groceries? Last time I checked, you were the last person that I saw on social media talking shit about people who receive state aid. You're pissed off that your tax dollars are being given to families in need for their food, their health care, for rent, but you ain't pissed off that millions upon billions upon trillions are spent on war. These are the people who are judging you. These are the people who are judging you. Why are you allowing them to have so much real estate within your brain? I mean, for me personally, and this is me being judgy and condemning, people like that who have a problem with children being fed by tax dollars have no respect for you. I don't value your thoughts because you really, really are the ugliest expression of why this world feels it's okay for human beings to suffer. And I have no respect for that type of behavior. And if that's all you are, a reaction, a behavior, I have no respect for you. Now, if you're going to choose to remove yourself from nothing but a reaction, a reactionary program, and put yourself in your sovereign state where now you're really quick. Now you're actually thinking like, okay, I can't just be that. Who am I really? Why does that make me feel that way? What childhood trauma is that triggering? Okay, I'm going to address that. Now it's time for me to grow. Then I can go ahead and change myself the way you've been changing yourself. And now I can begin to value you. But at no point will I ever allow your words to dictate to me what my self worth is. I am my own teacher. And in the lessons that I've taught myself, these lessons that I have mastered to a degree that I could finally move forward from them, I've learned radical self acceptance. And at no point am I going to feel ashamed or guilty or less than just because you need me to in order for you to feel a sense of superiority. The fact that you need me to help dictate to you how you feel about yourself shows how weak you are. A truly strong sovereign does not need other people to tell them who they are, to exist without apology. Now, many extremely powerful sovereigns, empaths, Pisceans, it's nice to get some confirmation from someone outside of ourselves because although we're experiencing periods of radical self acceptance that help to propel us forward, we do still struggle with accepting the fact that our intuitive knowing of how amazing of a person we are, it's hard to believe that. It's really hard to believe that. And that's okay. That's okay. I still struggle with that. I really, really do. I still struggle with that deeply. And it's not, again, for a lack of self acceptance or a lack of self worth. It's hard to comprehend the gravity of who and what you are when it's something so profound. And you know why this is okay. You know why when this feeling rises up, it's okay. It's because this is the natural checks and balances that exist within you to keep you from becoming an ego based, ego hungry, toxic ass motherfucker. I will always have periods where I'm insecure within myself. I will always have periods where my ego will flare and make me feel very, very small. I don't attack other people when I have an ego flare. My ego flares the opposite. It doesn't make me feel big, bad, and bougie. It makes me feel very small and insignificant. I need those periods in my life. Is it because I won't give myself permission to move forward and fully bask in the glory of my greatness? No, it's because this little quirk, this diseased portion of me that prevents me from placing myself on a pedestal, that's the part of me that keeps me in alignment between my truth and my human existence. I used to be so afraid that if other people witness what I can do and the gravity of my gifts, and I'm going to be a different person, I'm going to become a different person, I'm going to be so full of myself, I'll lose my integrity. Now I have a fully functional ego. Whenever I even begin to approach that, my ego will flare. Now, girl, you really ain't no big deal. You're not that big a deal. Check yourself. You really, really need to sit the fuck back down. Burn the pedestal. Burn the pedestal. No, you never get on that pedestal. And that's how it's supposed to work. At least for me, that's how it's supposed to work. I'm never to allow myself to believe so much in my differences that allow myself to be different from you. Let that sink in. But I mean, you're this and that. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Okay, thank you. I mean, you have a right to believe whatever you believe. Thank you. Card number 16, melting mask. Allow your spirit self to shine through the many roles you fulfill. This is just like this. Being that lighthouse, allowing your light to shine through the truth of your purpose without allowing the ego and other people to distort that. Card number 7, distorted perceptions. Reality is rarely what we are raised to believe it is. Mm-hmm. This is so true. So true. My reality raised me to believe that all of the work that I do is unnatural, unacceptable, yada, yada, yada. No one cares. For real. Stop caring so much about the programming that's outdated. That's like you caring so much about computer technology now not being able to accommodate the Oregon Trail game. Yeah, I never reached Oregon. In that game, fucking everyone kept dying. I hated that game. I thought it was such a bullshit computer game. No one ever reached Oregon. I mean, is it like a total waste of your time to try and make sure all of your extremely fancy electronic devices can still allow you to play the Oregon Trail? The programming you received as a child, that's the Oregon Trail. That's the first round of the Oregon Trail game where there were still quite a few bugs in it. I mean, really though. Really though. Michael's reminding me of this thing that this thing that my family was talking about when the PS5 or whatever the hell number they're at came out. Because I wasn't agreeing to that shit. I'm not going to agree to buy that. You have how many consoles still? Those are still perfectly fine. They work. You're not getting a PS5. Like, I'm not agreeing to it. Your dad's going to have to sneak out and buy one. Because if it's already bought, it's already bought. I just need to fucking deal with myself and my emotions. But my son, I think it was my oldest, he goes, oh, yeah, no, I'd never buy the first round because that's when everyone tells the manufacturer of all the glitches that are there. And then they quickly come out with a second one that has all the glitches fixed. And I was like, oh, really? He goes, yeah. Why do you think we never try and buy the first time? It's like, oh. So here's the thing. If you try and if you allow your ego to try and convince you that you need to be the first one, you're probably going to have that first round of glitching. You're probably going to severely affect the way you perceive yourself in your journey. Because when there's a lot of glitches, you then think it's broken. You then think, oh, it's a piece of crap. You're not a piece of crap. You were just eager to prove to other people how much more advanced you are. You have an ego imbalance that needs to be corrected. Ego can serve you so deeply. I mean, my ego serves me so deeply. Do you understand how fucking power hungry and malicious I could potentially be that ego functioning the way it is. Because I distinctly remember a life where the ego was shut off and I was wicked as fuck. I was so fucking wicked. It was ridiculous. Doing things just because I can, and no one in that time was powerful enough to stop me. That's some wicked ass shit. And some people, when you remember um, portions of previous lives, like, oh, now you're going to condemn yourself because, oh my God, I was wicked then. No, I was wicked then to learn how not to be wicked now. Never again. Never again. I don't need to punish myself. I'm not in that same life. I'm not that same human. I'm now different. A different face, a different life, a different meaning to this life. With the gift of the knowing from that wicked ass life, I'm never returning to that place again. At least not in this life. I don't know. I can't speak for future lives. So, power, volcanoes. You have all this heat, all this power hidden away beneath your depths. Um, if you're not going to allow for this to flow, if there's no outlet for it to flow out of, to release some of the pressure, it's going to erupt. Like that Snoop Dogg song. Card number 39, gravity, groundedness. Allow yourself to ground in your own heat, okay? Allow yourself to ground in your own heat. I don't know if it was Monica. Someone had commented that they would like to know why they've been experiencing whatever they've experiencing. I don't know if maybe it was anxiety or tremors or both. It's that whole volcanic thing. What happens when the volcano is preparing to blow? Anxiety. It's an uncontrollable future event, imminent future event. Um, and then you have the tremors. And then you have all of this unrecognized additional feeling, sensation that you can't quite, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know where it's coming from because it's coming from inside you. It's coming from inside. We're being told that things are about to become explosive for Pisceans. I don't know. I don't know if it has to do with someone returning back to you. Like a second go at something, maybe a second go at arguing, maybe a second go at trying to resolve whatever it is. I don't have any cards in front of me that indicate this message has to do with any twin flame stuff. It might be an unresolved circumstance with a friend, with a family member, a coworker, something that really needs to be rectified already. Um, maybe they're coming back around to, hmm, it's just a weird feeling. Coming back around to what? I don't know. Depth, lake. Maybe they're trying to emulate their depth. I mean, lakes can't be that deep. They can be deep, but not as deep as oceanic trenches. I wonder if this is like an organic portal. Someone who has sampled your energy before and they need to, again, be in your presence in order to harvest more of your energy, to continue perpetuating this external show of their spiritual evolution. Or I don't know. I don't like the feeling though. I don't like the feeling. It's like, I don't feel like this is you. It feels like someone is trying to soak in your waters. For what? For what? For what? Maybe they're drowning in the feelings of what they did to you. It's making my ear itch. Maybe they're drowning in the feelings, the guilt, whatever it is. You know, even if people feel guilty for the way they treated you, that's not your problem. It's just really not. It sounds very cold hearted, but it's not. None of it is your problem. You did not force them to do badly upon you. You didn't do that. Okay? People always have the final say in the way they are going to react or respond to you and your behaviors. Oh, but I triggered them. Yeah, you know what? You didn't create that trigger. That's the thing we need to understand as empaths, as Pisceans. You did not create that trigger. That trigger existed before you were ever around. So, how is it your fault that they haven't resolved whatever these triggers are? It's not. Let them feel whatever they're feeling because they need to come to their own conclusions. If you allow this back in now, you reset everything and they have to go through it again. With you or with someone else, they have to go through it again. People always tell me, you're so fucking mean, dude. You're so fucking savage. They're already saying sorry. They feel bad. Yeah, that's what narcissists feel when they didn't get away with their shit. And then when you take them back, they do that shit again. Because when you didn't allow them to finish out their bullshit, you invited it back. You told them it's okay. It didn't hurt that much. It's not a big deal. No, my silence will tell you it is a big fucking deal. And if you are lucky enough for me to allow you back into my life, even at the fringes, recognize how you feel right now, because the second time I push you out, it'll be forever and you will feel like that for the rest of your fucking life. Suffer a little bit more at your own hands as you think about your behaviors. That's my fucking logic. And hey, that works for me. Well, if you do that, I mean, you're going to be alone. I'm not afraid to be alone. I don't fear my solitude so much that I would rather lay with your toxicity and abuse. I don't fucking think so. I'm actually quite happy with myself. Yeah, I mean, I tell myself jokes and shit. It's funny. Yeah, my husband's like, "What are you thinking? You look like it's funny. What are you thinking?" Nothing. This is just for me. I'm having my moment to myself. Nothing. He does. He asks me like, "What's so funny? Are you reading something?" Total Gemini. No, I'm telling myself jokes. Okay. I gotta get going. Wisdom Lake Queen. Celebrate the creative feminine energy and the vitality of life. Wisdom Lake Queen. Be the king or queen of your own kingdom. This is the lake of wisdom that serves as a moat around you and your castle. Don't let those who you have to worry about drowning enter your lake. You are not the lifeguard. You are not the lifeguard. Okay. Hold on really quick. Sorry. Okay. Guardian of the temple gate, use your strength to help someone who is struggling. The one that's struggling is you. Stop with the martyrdom. Stop with the Messiah complex. The one that's struggling is you. Okay? Use your energy now to help you, to help yourself come to terms with your human history, to help you rediscover your courage to move forward from that history, to help you just become very, very solid and grounded in the truth that you have survived everything in your life. And now the period for thriving has arrived. Okay? You can't just be a survivor for your entire life. I mean, you could, but that's not living. I never, ever, ever trust anything that is widely accepted by the Gen Pop. We're talking all like penal stuff now. I refuse to partake in Gen Pop shit. So here's the thing. I don't know how accurate it is. I think it's pretty accurate. A lot of people, a lot of conspiracy theorists have spoken so much shit about Beyonce Knowles, the singer of I'm a Survivor, right? Yeah, she made that a huge thing. Like, I'm a survivor. Okay, good. Susan G. Komen, yo, race for the cure, bitch. How much have you fucking run at this point? You still have made no fucking progress. I don't feel like you're trying to find no fucking cure. And their marketing campaign is all about survivors. I'm not trying to shit on breast cancer. I'm trying to shit on the people and organizations that manipulate us in our emotions and our sense of loss to further take monies from you. Everything that I've attached with this, you know, society's marketing campaign to make more money, has to do with surviving. You're not just a survivor. You need to allow yourself to thrive in your life. No matter what your circumstances, allow for the thriving to begin. Thriving has nothing to do with monetary abundance. It has everything to do with you truly living as the most authentic expression of your truth. No matter where you are in your finances or life, if you can live in the most authentic expression of your truth, you are thriving. There is no difference in the way I'm thriving now than the way I was thriving in my life, having zero income. None. It hasn't changed me any. None. The only difference now, I'm still a person that worries a lot. I worry a lot all day, every day. About what? Well, now it's no longer worrying about that inconsequential stuff. Now I worry about, hey, is this person okay? Hey, I haven't heard from that person. Hey, this, I have to do this, I have to do that. I still, that's who I am. Stop trying to set this standard of, in order for you to be a healthy version of you, you have to no longer be who you are. Because that's what we're taught. That's what you're taught. That in order for you to be a healthy you, you can no longer be you. I can still be a healthy me and still be a giver. I am a giver. That's who I am. I am a lover. That's what I do. And society would tell me that, girl, haven't enough people used you? No, that was me using myself. I mean, let's be real here. I didn't give to that user because I was obligated to. I gave to that user because that user gave me an outlet to get a hit of feeling good about myself. Yeah, no, that was a selfish act on my end. It wasn't about that person. It feels good to me to see people feel good. And so, yeah, I absolutely, absolutely. Hell yeah. That was for me. I'm not going to play this role of like, I do this for you. No, no, I'm pretty sure I do it for me. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure. Yes, it's for me. So now you have to really just let yourself be you. And I'm not talking about like trying to have some sort of manufactured authenticity. That's just as ugly as the full on fakery. This manufactured authenticity shit is ugly. It's ugly. It's really, really ugly. If you're not the namaste kind of person and you try and present that, it's ugly. People can see through it. You're the only one that's believing that's who you are. And I'm not saying this to tear you down. I'm saying this to slap the mask off your face. You don't have to exist with a mask. Just be you. Just be you. I was teaching a short course on branding, like building your brand. An authentic brand takes longer to build, but it has longevity. Thank you, Rosalind. It has longevity. It has longevity because of the fact that you are not simply following trends, you are setting them. If you are the one that is setting the trend, if you are trailblazing through that industry, you never have any competition. They have to wait for you to release new stuff in order to emulate, copy, knock off your stuff. So you will always be the front runner. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to run. Walking forward, they will always be behind you, trying to keep up. And it's at that point, who gives a shit? I'm not even a brand. I'm a human being. I'm a human being and I'm simply sharing of myself. And that's all you need to do. You just need to be a light in the darkness. You don't even have to try. You just have to be present and allow your light to shine. Stop blocking it off. So I gotta go, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell and join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye.